Blue collar, white collar, black professors, white scholars, politicians, Dalai Lamas. Everybody in the whole wide world need hope if I be honest. I'm in that
Excuse me, my sound wasn't there. Welcome to another episode of Robert Report. I'm your host, Robert Bob TV Brown. Well, Richie Rich himself, former mayor of New York City, Bloomberg, has re-registered as a Democrat. He went from independent and re-registered as a Democratic. And why? You want to know why? Here's why. Because he's going to run for president. Why in the world would he feel the need to change his affiliation? Okay, the last day to change for the voting date for New York City to register is tomorrow, the 12th. You don't need to change your affiliation to vote for a Republican, Democrat, or Independent in the general, as you all know. And we have one of the worst voting places of all time. We have the register deadline for a party is like light years before the election. Closed primaries here in New York City, so there's no open primaries. Man, people get thrown off the roll left and right. So much cheating, so much rigging in New York City, and most of this is controlled by the Democrats. This is a strong blue state. Being a Republican winning is almost unheard of. Ain't no Republicans winning around here. It just ain't happening, Captain. But yet, Democrats screwed their own Democratic Party members out of the election. You know, like it when the day Bernie Sanders ran. Bernie Sanders won a majority of states except the major cities, and usually major cities are Hillary Clinton held organizations, and they cheat and lie and rig the polls and throw stuff off the roll and tell you you're not registered here, and they're lying through their teeth. Just a whole bunch of stuff. And that's how they win elections, been winning for a while. But Bloomberg changing his registration from independent to Democrat. What the heck is going on? Well, in NBC News, they say Michael Bloomberg announced Wednesday that he had re-registered as a Democratic in a sign that the former New York City mayor could be seriously considering a presidential bid in 2020. At key points in U.S. history, one of the two parties have served as the bulwark against those who threaten our Constitution. Now, why they got to go there? All right, so this is a punch at Trump, I guess. 2 years ago at the Democratic Convention, I warned of all those threats, Bloomberg announced in the post of his Instagram. No, Bloomberg, 2 years ago, you supported a corrupt, crooked politician who rigged our own election, stabbed Bernie Sanders in the back, whether he was involved or went with it or not. He stabbed his supporters in the back, and you still expect them, the independents like you are, to turn around and support her. How dumb do you think people are that you can beat on them and they still want to continue to give you support? Your own dog ain't gonna let that happen. After a while, he gonna bite your behind. So what you think is gonna happen in this situation? Anyway, I'm getting off. Today I re-registered as a Democrat. I have been a member for most of my life because we need Democrats to provide the checks and balances our nation so badly need. He added, yes, we do. I agree with you with that. But we need to overturn the whole thing and have multiple parties to do the check and balances. Because who's checking the Democrats and the Republicans when they're teaming up to railroad the people? Nobody. So we need other party. We need Green Party. We need the People Party. We need the Working Families Party. We need the Rent Too Damn High Party. We need Democratic Socialists, whatever. We need a healthy balance. Bloomberg had been a Democrat prior to his initial mayoral run in 2001 when he became and was elected as a Republican. He became and elected as a Republican. Why? Because he knew he couldn't beat the Democratic contender. But then became an independent in 2007 and was reelected to the third term in 2009 as an independent. So he don't know what he want to do. He all confused. He spoke in support of Hillary Clinton at the 2016 Democratic National Convention. That's why, dude, you will not win. And I'll get into that in a moment. Bloomberg flirted with a presidential run in 2008, 2012, and 2016, but ultimately decided not to jump in each time. Last month, the New York Times and the Times of London both reported that Bloomberg 76 was seriously considering a run for president in 2020 as a Democratic. The former mayor, who previously made a fortune as the founder of a media and finance company, Bloomberg LP, pledged earlier this year to spend $80 million on efforts to help flip the House for Democrats. Yeah, but you can take that $80 million and help the New York people get better housing. All right, so they got a correction on October 10, 2018, saying the earlier version of the article misstated amount of money the New York City Bloomberg planned to contribute efforts to win. It was 80 million, not 80 billion. Okay, still, that's a lot of money. Now, here's the deal. This is my deal with this, and we really got to talk about this because this is not good. This is going to cause Trump to win again, okay? This is my problem when you run rich people who have no consensus about what average, everyday people go through. It never works out for the American people. Sure, you can run Bloomberg, and he can beat Trump, beat the Pope off Trump's, which it won't happen. It will never happen. You look at New York City. New York City, when it comes to housing and healthcare and things like that, has not gained an edge. I have to give it to Cuomo for being the governor and Bloomberg at the time when he was in office. And Cuomo working with people like Bernie Sanders, they did bring some $15 minimum wage just for New York City. It ain't the whole state of New York. You know, if you make under $150,000 a year, which a lot of people make under that in New York State, you get to go to SUNY or CUNY college absolutely free. So they make it seem like you can go to Columbia University, NYU for free. No. So you got to read the fine print. That's mainly the CUNY, City College, City University of New York, and State University of New York. Those are the places that you can go to school. So anyway, Bloomberg did not initiate that. Wasn't even thinking about that. A lot of people suffered in poverty. Housing was crap. Hard to get housing. Hard to find a job when he was in office. He placated and allowed a lot of companies to come into the city of New York and bid for city jobs and end up contracting these workers, taking them off of being city workers to contractor workers, which means you don't get to get the benefits of the city workers or the Metro or the MTA or the state workers. You don't get the benefits of that. You get the benefits of a contractor. Whatever the contractor decides to give you, that's between the contractor and you working there. The city and the state don't have anything to do with that. Bloomberg had a major part in that. Patterson had a part of that. And I can go on with the last few governors that ran New York City, allowing companies to come in and take over government contracts. Instead of hiring these people in the government to cut costs, they cut the people off at the legs and allowed these corporations to run these organizations. They're still doing that today. And I got some stories I could tell, but I'm not going to tell on that. But you want that coming to the United States? Now, sure, I understand Trump is bad for the country, right? Trump is bad for the country. Okay, I'll give you that. I agree with a whole lot of what you're talking about. But the bottom line is you need somebody that's going to rally the base. Let me tell you something who's not going to vote for Bloomberg. Sure, Democrats going to vote for him, but a lot of independents not going to vote for him. And he could tout his independent structure, but independents realized that he supported the current Democratic Party who have not learned from 2016. He supported a lady who rigged her own election, who pretty much controlled the DNC. He went out there and stumped for her and spoke for her, and she still lost. That right there is where you messed up. The moment you started supporting, instead of calling out corruption in the elections, You actually supported the corrupt person who corrupted the electoral process. The moment you did that, the moment your career for president went downhill. Now I know everybody think, well, oh no, that's only black people, my people in the Democratic Party in New York. They see that and get excited. Oh, we got somebody that masked Trump. Yeah, they masked Trump. But here's the bottom line. My black people and any other of my people, we're all family. Bloomberg is a billionaire, wealthy person who have no clue what it's like to be you. So his urgency to help you does not exist. He would rather take $80 million and pump it in the Democratic Party instead of $80 million and pumping it into housing, food, his own personal money. He's a billionaire. He could have helped out with all that stuff as being in the private sector, running Bloomberg Incorporated. He could have did that when he was mayor. No. So you think all of a sudden, if he beat Trump, he's going to be great for America? Trump, in my book, is not great for America. Bloomberg is not great for America. Now I know what you're saying. Oh man, you crapping on the dude. Oh, I'm just telling you the truth, dude. He is a wealthy, spoiled brat who have no idea what it's like to be struggled, and there's no urgency to help you. Now, if he had a Scrooge McDuck or Scrooge experience, that's a different story. But I ain't seeing no Scrooge. He smooths up with people like Lady Gaga, all the A-listers and the Hollywood type, and he goes to the Met Gala with all the bougie rich people and all that stuff. He don't go to hood events. He don't go to the streets. And he can't use his billionaire status as an excuse. Take some of that money to the streets. Mayor Bloomberg changing his affiliation to become Democratic. Number one, he's going to probably vote Democratic, but we all know what he's going to do, run for president. So number one, that's going to be a strike against him. And number two, just the simple fact that you was a mouthpiece for the Democratic Party in the midst of a corrupt election, primary election, turn you totally off with independence. This is what I keep telling people. I know everybody said we need to do the right thing and vote Democratic. It just don't work that way. If you're a Democratic, yeah, you need to get your butt out there and vote and turn up the base and try to convince people why you should vote Democratic. And the political leaders need to go out there and tell them why they should vote. Don't just say vote for me. Say you want to vote for me because this is what I am going to do with you. Come, no matter what. I was going to say come hook or crook, but that's not a good word. I'm going to work my butt off to make this happen for you and this happen for you. And if I can make this happen, would that be a good thing for you? So can I get your support in the voting booth so I can make this thing happen? I'm going to make a pact with you. This is my manifesto. I'm going to do these things. Vote me and I'll do these things for you and your community. Don't just give your vote away. Don't be a slut voter just giving it up. And don't even build some kind of relationship and have some commitment structure with the person that you're about to go for. Call them out. That's why Ocasio, she saying you're going to support Cuomo right up front was a big, dumb, stupid mistake. You should say you want my support, Cuomo, even though she might still would have supported him. You want my support? We need to meet because I need you to do some things. And had Bernie Sanders with you and go over the things that he need to promise to do for New Yorkers in order to get your supporters to vote for him. That's how it works. So anyway, Mayor Bloomberg running for president is a possibility. Do I think he got a strong chance to win it? Ain't no way in heaven or hell he's going to beat Trump. Now, and that's not talking too proudly of Trump. It's just that these two people do not inspire people to go out and vote. Now, if he go out there and have Hillary Clinton, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, and the rest of the witches of Washington, D.C. out there campaigning for him, oh, he going to get blown out by Trump if he run for office because they inspire Republicans to get out the vote because they don't want to see them people for 4 years, let alone one. So Anyway, I'm done. This is Rob Brown with the Rob Report. Bloomberg changes its affiliation. Everybody know what you're doing, bro. You're about to run for president. I'm telling you, people, this is a bad mistake. Stop trying to put a billionaires and millionaires and all. Well, most politicians are millionaires anyway, thanks to you voting them in, and they taking all this money. But come on, two so-called billionaires, the yin and yang of billionaires. You think both of the yin and yang is going to help you? No. Best bet for the Democratic Party, and I got to say it's Bernie Sanders right now in the Democratic Party. But don't get it twisted. There's other people that you have full right to vote for if you believe they're the best person for the job. It's not about just being strategic. It's about putting the right person in that position. Do I think Bloomberg will probably do a decent job? No, he will do a bland job. A bland one. Whatever he did in New York with stop and frisk and putting black men in jail left and right, that's going to go nationwide. Ain't no way I will vote for this sucker. And I wouldn't vote for Trump either. Come up with something better than that, people. I know who I'm going to vote for. Same person I voted before if they're running. Jill Stein and Jamo Baraka. If the Democrats want to get my vote, they better come better than them. And right now, you're a long ways away. I'm Robert Brown with the Rob Report. I'll holler at you later. Peace.
Blue collar, white collar, black professors, white scholars, politicians, Dalai Lamas.
Hey, if you like the content, please like it, share it through all the social media platforms. If you have not subscribed, make sure you stop me right now and subscribe. Don't just subscribe, but hit the notification bell like that, the little bell. You gotta click that. That'll let you know when I'm dropping a video. Whoop, there it is. And by all means, if you want to support through Patreon, I appreciate people who appreciate the program and want to donate to the cause on Bob TV. And I'm Robert Brown with the Rob Report.